decorate that beautiful white farmhouse style truck. A lot of the greenery that I use in that particular design, I'm going to be also transferring that same look into this wreath. Now, some of the items that I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using this lamb's ear because I like it because it has that little dusty grayish tint to it, which will tone down the vibrancy of this green here because it's a little bit more summerish, and that's, that's not going to bother me because it has that in it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these pieces here. This is, I think this is an acorn leaf. I purchased this from the Dollar Tree. I've had this, so I didn't purchase anything new, but I know the Dollar Tree has bought these back again, and they come in different colors. And I also have this beautiful maple leaf. So this is just in my stash. And they bought them back again, and they come in the orange. There's a dark brown color that they also come in. And I think I've seen them actually in burgundy as well. I'm also going to be using, I might use a little bit of these maple leaves here. And I thought these were beautiful as well. I like the tinting of this, and I happen to save the tag. These also came from the Dollar Tree, and as you can see, they are maple leaves from their floral garden. And I like these because of the variation of the shading here. Now on camera and with this light on, it's making them look really bright yellow, but they are pale in color. That's why I like to use those. I'm also going to be using these little pumpkins here. And I love using these pumpkins, and I will be using these a lot in my decor as I continue to decorate for the fall. Now this particular pumpkin has a yellowish tint to it, so the color might be coming out correctly on this video. It does look like it's a yellow. It has a yellow tint to it, and you have that beautiful maple leaf there, and you can see the variation of the colors at the tips. You got some orange. There's a little glitter in this. You've got that little piece right here. I don't know what you call that, miniature berries or whatever. Then you actually have this beautiful wheat stem, and you also have your berries as well, and they have a little glitter on that sparkles in the berries in this particular branch. So I'm going to be using those in the wreath. And I'm also going to be bringing back these. I might use some of these white berries. I've used this before. And I just might be using a little bit of this. These are my little miniature mums. I also use that in another video as well. And let's see what else I'm going to be using. Now I purchased, these are called decorative picks. I purchased them from the Dollar Tree. This is a new purchase. You get 4 in a pack, and they're just pumpkin picks here. And they have the little speckled black paint on them. So I may be using that as well in there, just for that variation. And I might just also add in this particular sunflower in here. And we'll just see how it goes from there. And I probably might use some of this as well. This is the piece that I use. It kind of reminds me of wheat. And now that I have the tag on this bundle right here, I'll be able to tell you what it is. It's called a heather leaf stem. That's what they're calling it. And I had purchased this from Big Lots. And I just happened to find the bundle because when I think on the other video I had already cut them up and everything. But I'm glad I saved the tag so I can tell you exactly what they are. But once again, they're called heather leaf. And I can't read the other because it's on the tape, but it's called heather leaf. So good to know what that is. And I like that beautiful color. You have your darker mocha brown. Then you have your caramel looking color right here. Then you get your white, and then you have your ivory with the yellow tint right there. So I love the variations and shades of that color. So let's go ahead and get started. And I will be moving in and out, working on this wreath, so bear with me. If you hear some extra noise going on, that's just me moving around and so forth and getting started. I am going to take you down for just a minute and let you see, give you a closer view of exactly what this wreath looks like before we start decorating it. So you can see this is the floral that is in this particular wreath already. And as you can see, as I was saying before, the variation there of those leaves, as you can see. And right here, this is what I'm talking about. You see this empty space right here? There's nothing right there. Some people like to do their wreaths like that, just do one side of the particular wreath and leave it empty. I like that sometime, but for the sake of this wreath, I want to do something a little bit different, okay? So give me just a moment, and I'm going to readjust my camera so we can go ahead and get started. Now, this is a good size wreath. Once again, I really can't tell you what the measurements are, but it's a good size wreath. It will, if you have a large front door, this will fit perfectly on your front door, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with my greenery. I always say start with your greenery so you can build your base. So I'm just going to start filling in these gaps right here. And I'm going to take my pick, and I might just have to cut this pick in order to get it to fit in here, which is fine. And of course, I got my little handy dandy bull nose clippers here that's going to help me out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here, and I'm just going to push this down in here, and that is a little bit too long. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to clip that and make it a little bit shorter. So it doesn't hurt if you just go ahead and take your greenery and fluff it out a bit. So that's something that you want to do. Fluff out those leaves, you know, and get them the way that you want them. So we're going to go ahead and stick that in there. All right. And I'm not going to be using any hot glue on this because, like I has stated, this is, I'm decorating it for fall, so I might want to take this same wreath and decorate it for another season. So that's why I'm going to add this one in here as well, another piece of lamb ear. That's why I'm not going to use any hot glue for this. And this wreath is not going to be going outside, so I don't really need to hot glue anything, okay? If it was going outside, I probably would hot glue it up there, but it's not going to be going outside. So I'm going to keep adding my lamb's ear, and I'm going to cut it down because it's a little bit too long. And I'm going to stick some over here, just like that. And we're trying to fill up those gaps there, okay? And I just might have to put it in this way. And because this is a grapevine wreath, when you put your floral picks in here, it will catch on into the grapevine. I'm going to cut that down some more. Just like that. And in your grapevine wreath, it's going to catch on. See how that catches in there? So you don't have to worry about all this extra stuff. So I like these lamb's ear. And I got these from Walmart as well. I've had these for a number of years. I enjoy decorating with them. And they're very economical. I think these only cost maybe $2 at the most at the Walmart store. And they have them this season as well. And the funny thing about lamb's ear is that we actually have real live lamb's ear in our yard. We have them. And this right here, these right here looks identical to the real live lamb's ear that we have in our yard. Now I've seen Walmart certain times during the season, they will bring out another type of lamb's ear, and it's not as thick and soft as what I'm putting in here. It seems like they switch up the texture of the lamb's ear dependent upon what the season is. If it's summertime, it seems like they don't, I don't know. I just noticed that because I have two different styles from Walmart. Now this right here, this is lamb's ear as well. But look how lighter gray it is, and the texture is totally different. The lamb's ear that I've just added on this particular wreath is thicker. This is thinner, but I'm still going to use it because I like that dusty gray color. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to be clipping these pieces. Probably should have done that before I started the video, but you know, here we are, real life. And I'm just going to be clipping those pieces, and I'm just going to add them throughout to give me that variation in color and style. I'm just going to stuff that in there. And I'm going to continue this process. So I hope you all are having a good day. This video is being filmed on Wednesday. I call Wednesday hump day because it's in that middle of the week where you're getting closer to the weekend. And I know I try to take that day to catch up. Maybe I try to use it to catch up on some laundry, or I try to do those things so that, you know, those chores that you have to do, like cleaning and stuff. I try to go ahead and get that done on Wednesday. So by the weekend, I really don't have a whole lot of cleaning to do, and I can just engage in fun activities like I'm doing right now, whether I'm decorating or trying to come up with some new ideas. So we're just going to continue on adding in this lamb's ear throughout this wreath. And as you can see, it's filling right in, and that's what we want. We want to fill this wreath in and fill those holes up. And I'm going to stick some throughout this wreath, okay? Even where there are spots where there is some greenery in there already, I'm still going to stick some lamb's ear in there so it can be cohesive. So it won't be like, it won't be looking, my wreath won't look like, well, she just added some lamb's ear in there. I'm going to mix it in with the other greenery so it can flow like it's supposed to flow. If you get what I'm saying. And I think that's all the lamb's ear that I have. That's all I bought down. And I've got this one little piece here. Now this is this other lamb's ear that I was telling you about. This texture is different from this texture. This is thinner. It's not as soft. It's more rough. And I'm going to stick that right... I'm going to stick it right in here because I still can use this. Ooh, that went in so nice and smooth. I really like that. So, oh, I found another little piece. Matter of fact, these are two pieces. I just split them, and I'm going to insert them right in there. And what I'm doing is I'm adding this lamb's ear even in the spots where there's greenery, because what I'm doing is I'm changing the texture of this wreath. That's the process behind what I'm doing here. I am changing this wreath. I'm toning down this summer foliage and toning it down and bringing it down so that it looks more cohesive for the fall. All right, and so as you can see, we've filled in this section here beautifully, and I'm going to continue to play with this even when I finish shooting this, but I'm just putting it up here now so you can see the process of getting this done. I enjoy doing wreaths now that I know how to do them. And I really enjoy them because now I can make them my own. I don't have to go into the store and try to buy something that somebody else thought up or somebody else made. So I can just come up with my own design and do it exactly the way that I want to do it. So the next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in these burlap leaves, the maple ones, and I'm thinking this is more of an acorn leaf here. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to add these, and I like this stem piece, this little bar piece right here. I'm going to try to show it to you. I like that piece right here because it is flexible and you can easily add it in. So I'm going to go and I'm going to stick one up there, and I'm going to bring it down like that and kind of bend it. And I'm going to mix and match these. So I'm going to, how are we going to do this one? I'm going to put this in here because that's another gap right there. I'm going to add that one in there, bend that one down. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to put a maple one in here and insert that in there. And I see how that bends automatically on its own. I love that. And then I'm going to take another one. Okay. And I'm going to continue to go around and add this in here because we're changing. Transition is the wreath for fall decor. So I'm just going to continue using my maple leaves here throughout. Okay. So this is my take on I'm using non-traditional colors for fall here. Now, just in case you're wondering, like, okay, is your whole house going to be these colors here? Is it going to be only in these light colors with the whites and the creams? No, it's not. But for right now, I'm just working on the non-traditional colors right now. So I'm just going to continue to layer that. And I have another one of these, and I'm just going to add that in. And you see the process, how this is starting to look, how just adding in these particular leaves, just that little touch. I'm going to add another one there. Just adding this little touch in here. Look at the transitioning of this wreath. Look at it. It's starting to take shape and give me that fall look. Now, I think I have one more maple leaf in that burlap, and we're going to go ahead and add that in. And let's see, where do we want to put that? Okay, let's see where we want to put it. Can we put it up here? I'm going to put it right up here because I'm going to let both of these maple leaves here kind of hug in this bow right here. Yeah, love that. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And I might do something with this bow. I might add something else to this bow, but I didn't pre-make one, so that's gonna make the video longer. But I'm gonna take you down and let you look at my progress, okay? So let's go down and take a look. And as you can see, look at the progress here. Now, if you remember when I started from the beginning, this section right here, there was nothing there in that particular section. It was a hole there. And I've added my burlap leaves throughout, and I've added my lamb's ear throughout, and I filled in that hole right there because there was nothing there before. Nothing at all. Okay, and I've added to the bottom all the way around. Okay, so we're going to continue on working on this wreath. Okay, so please forgive me if this particular camera gets a little shaky. I'm just resituating my camera, trying to give you the best shot of this wreath so you can see what I'm doing and what my progress is at each little step that I take on this wreath. Okay, now we're going to continue on, and I think what I want to do is I want to add some of that heather leaf bush. That's what it is. It's heather leaf. And this is the part that I'm referring to. And I'm just going to go ahead and clip me some of those right quick and see, can I put those in there. And see, when you're doing a wreath, it's good to have different variations in your colors and different textures to add in it, because then it makes it more realistic looking. So I'm going to go ahead and stick, let me see, maybe I should stick a brown one up there. I don't have a lot of these left, so I got to be careful with what I'm using here. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add in this one. Let's put that in there. Look at that. It's making it pop. I love it when that transition happens. I'm loving it. And I'm going to stick one right here. No, let's put one here. No. Let's see, how would we do this? Let's go ahead and put one in here. Okay, if we can. We'll stick one there. And let's see, because I'm running out. I don't have that many. And I don't know whether Big Lots has anymore. So I'm going to add this little white one here in here. And this one has a little brown in it. It has some dark brown specks mixed in with the white, which I'm loving that. And I'm going to add one of those in here. Okay, so I'm probably going to add that one over there like that. Yeah. If I can get it in here. Okay. Add that one over there. Now what we're going to do, let's try some of these little maple leaves here. Let's try adding some of those in there, and let's see how is it going to affect my wreath there. So I'm just going to add these in randomly throughout. And this is a nice one here because you got the variation of those berries in there as well, which I think is very lovely. So I'm going to stick one of those in there, just like that. And that makes it pop because it elevates that coloring with that dusty looking lamb's ear. So let me see, do I have another piece? And we're just going to keep adding these pieces in. Okay. And that look like he doesn't want to cooperate. But we're going to keep on moving on. And I'm curious as to fact, has any of you started your fall decorating? Or are you planning on decorating for the fall? Are you going to do anything for the fall season, whether you go out and buy you some pumpkins or you just make you a pumpkin dessert, get you a pumpkin latte or something when it gets a little bit cooler and you're in the mood for it, or are you going to decorate for fall? If you are decorating for fall, have you started decorating yet? Just leave me some comments in there and let me know. I would love to know what you are doing for the fall season and what colors that you are going to use to decorate your home. Because I think, well, for the most part, we all have different tastes when it comes to things. And, what I like, you might not like. You might want a different color. And I just love watching other people when they decorate because they have a different take. Look how pretty that is. That is beautiful. they just have a different take on their interpretation of what they want their home to look like for fall. And I just love others' interpretation as well. It's not just about what I'm designing or whatever. I like to look at other people too, because other people inspire other people. Okay? So, just leave me some comments in there and just let me know what you're doing for the fall season. Now, I have this left. Isn't that beautiful? It's a nice mocha brown. It looks like if it was poured, if you could take this and pour this into a mug and drink it, it would look like a nice mocha chocolate cappuccino. That's the best way I could describe this beautiful coloring right here. And then this is like a lighter color than that. And it looks so realistic that it's incredible just how beautiful that it is. So I want to make sure that I put this in a good place, and I'm going to put that right in there. And now that I'm looking at it, I wish I had some mums to put in there. Now earlier, when I was showing you the pieces that I was going to actually use to make this wreath, I don't think I showed you this bunch. I think I showed you this one sunflower here. This is what I showed you I was going to use. But I also have this type as well. Now, as you can see, these are a little bit lighter, and they have double texture here with this layer here and then this layer, and the shades and the hues are a little bit different, and it's a little bit lighter in the center versus this sunflower right here, because you can see quickly the sharp contrast between the two. So let me try a little bit of that, and let's see what's going to happen with that. I'm going to try sticking some of that in here as well. So let me try putting some of that in there. And it's just amazing when you start decorating, whatever you're decorating, whether it's a vignette, whether it's a wreath, whether it's whatever you're working on, it's amazing how when you start, you know, more ideas start coming at you, and it just takes off. And I love when that happens. So that's starting to look really good to me. I'm going to start adding in my pumpkins at this particular point. So I'm going to bring in this lovely yellow. Now I think this color is coming off right with this particular color here, because this one is yellow, and you got all that those beautiful berries. You got your wheat here, and let's try sticking that in there, and let's see what level that's going to take us, because this screams fall. And we're just going to insert that in there, and it's like, hey, you're covering up your bow. That's okay. That's okay. Wow, look at that. That made it pop. Okay, so that one has more of a yellow tint, and it's got some little bling bling right there. Now this one is a little bit calmer. This one is more of a creamy ivory color, and yet you still have your berries. You have your leaf here with the greens, the tip of orange, and this one here has your little corn husks. So this one is a little bit different. So I'm going to add this maybe down here. Let's stick that in there. And this bad boy is getting full, y'all. And then I'm going to take you and let you get a final look. And I have another one of these. This is more of the yellow one. Look at it. Look how it's glittering. Oh. It's sparkling, you all. So I'm going to add this one in here. You have 3 going around there. And I've already pulled these out and fluffed these out. So that's pretty good there. I think I want to add something in this section right here. It's looking a little empty in that spot. And I think what I want to do is I want to do something about that. Quick, fast, in a hurry. So let me go ahead. I'm going to take this little rustic looking mocha brown with the light pale ferns on the side. And I'm going to add that right in here because I think we need something right there. Because if I got one up to the top, I can easily add one to the bottom. I hope I didn't move that out of the way there. So we are filling this right on in. And let me see, is there anything else that I can add? I'm going to try these little pumpkins here, the little picks, and I'm going to see how well they're going to play with everybody else in here. So I'm just going to, oops. Boy, I like that. That just went in there so easy. I mean, that just went in there. Now, this one here has the little specks on it. You see that right there? And I'm just going to go up here, and I'm going to put one in here. Try to stick that in there. And this one here doesn't have really that much on it, as you can see. But I'm going to stick it in here. Give me some variation here. Ooh, I like the way these go in. They go in so smooth. And I have one more. Now this one here has a little bit more. It's more subtle with the little white specks on it. And where do I need to put this one? I'm going to stick this one probably in there. It's going to play peekaboo over there. Now, so once you get your wreath pretty much like you want it, you want to step back and take a look at it and see, is there something else that you can do to it? And I'm going to add this little piece here in there as well. So where are we going to put this? I'm going to stick that right in there. You might can't see me putting that part in there, but I'm adding it somewhere, okay? And I'm going to stick this in here. I only have one of these, but I'm still going to add it. Just for some variation into this wreath. It'll just be an element of surprise. Now, we are coming to the end of this video, and I'm going to continue to work on this wreath off camera. So by the time you see this wreath again, when I get ready to do my fall tour, home tour, it might be a little bit different. And I've got another one of those little pumpkins, and I might just stick that in there somewhere. Let me see. Can I stick her in there somewhere? Yeah, but by the time I get to the fall home tour, the boat is going to be a little bit different. And I think what I want to do is, I have this chevron ribbon right here. I bought this from Hobby Lobby. It was 50% off. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this into here. And bring this bow out some more. Because right now, it's getting lost right here. And I need it to pop. But it looks good in person. So I just might use that ribbon and add some of that in the top right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you down and give you one final look. And I'm going to add this beautiful piece in here as well. I just love these pieces. And I don't know whether Big Lots has any more of these this year, because I had this last year actually. So I don't know whether they actually have any more of this, but this is really beautiful. And I like the effect that it is having on this particular piece. Now I'm going to add in this little berry here, and I'm going to stick that in there as well. And when you're doing a wreath, you know, it's not, if you got a big wreath, it's going to take you a minute to get it done. So it's not going to be a quick fix. And even after I end this video, I'm going to most likely continue to do some nitpicks to it, because that's how I am. I'm still going to continue. You see, I'm still adding some white berries to it right now, because I want it to, I will probably stop when I get it to that point where I want it. And this wreath has a lot of space in it for me to add in pieces here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to give you one final look at where I have come to on this particular wreath, and let you have a closer look, because from this angle you probably can't see it as well, but I'm gonna take this down, so I hope I don't make you dizzy as I'm taking you down. But as you can see, I'll let you take a close look at what I've done. There's that beautiful yellow pig. We filled in this whole section, because from this side of the bow and to this section right here, that was totally empty. There was nothing there, okay? And so now, look how much it's been filled in. And look at the variety of what's in this particular wreath. You see the berries, you see the pumpkins, you see the burlap maple leaf, you see that little white speckled pumpkin, even though that's one that doesn't have the speckles. You see that little bushel piece that looks like wheat to me. Okay? And you see the variations there. You see the little sparkle on those berries. You see the rust color, the tans, the whites. There's that sunflower. There's a pumpkin hiding there. There's another pumpkin. And that is the wreath. And we have created a farmhouse style rustic wreath for the fall season. And like I said, I am going to add in that chevron ribbon. So probably the next time you see this, it will look a little bit different. Or I might just put a shot of it after I've added that in, okay? But this video is extremely long, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. And till the next video, happy decorating. Bye-bye.